All right, so one thing I've been starting to do is like a little 6-pack of either or questions.
Okay.
You want to
Yeah,
jump in?
let's fire away.
Okay. Your parboil or a beer bath for your brats?
I actually do a parboil, and then when they're done, they go back into some more beer with those cooked onions too.
Okay.
So I get a little sassy.
What's the right Titletown beers for that, or what do you like to use for those?
You know, if I were to give my brats the honor of going into a beer bath, I would probably go with something along the lines of the Johnny Blood. That roasted barley and those subtle sweet notes I think would complement a classic German bratwurst very nicely.
Over on your menu, we talked about the depot over there. You have one of the menu items, you have an option between the Green 19 fondue or an artichoke dip. Which way are you going on that?
Fondue, all the way.
Yeah.
Beer and cheese, it's my way in life.
Off camera, we're talking a little bit about you do some sodas here too, right? Or the snow cap. All right, root beer or cream?
Cream.
Yeah.
That sounds so bad. It comes from when I was a kid. After soccer games, we would get those blue cans of Jolly Good cream soda, and I don't know, I was hooked at a very tender age. The root beer is fantastic,
Yeah.
I have to say.
What's more difficult, coming up with a new name for a beer or coming up with a new beer or working on the recipe?
I would have to say that the recipe development is definitely more intensive. The naming of a beer usually happens around a table with other beer present, so it turns into a kind of a free-for-all at times with people just shouting out the most ridiculous random things, but that's how you get, you know, those memorable ones, such as, dare I say, the Busted Nut was a very popular beer. I think the name had a little bit to do with it as well, but it's usually more of a casual, less intensive naming process than you'd think.
If you're serving up a beer, are you looking, what's more important? To have that at the right temperature or have the right glass, assuming it's not a chilled glass?
I don't think we can do either or. I think it's really important to treat your beer as you would a food product. We do a lot of testing with warm storage versus cold storage. Beer stored cold is going to retain that fantastic hop quality. The hops won't break down and create some off flavors. You won't have nearly as much oxidation in the beer, which tends to create some of those off flavors. So storing your beer cold and serving it at the appropriate temperature, which is not at 33 degrees. We recommend serving at around 39, 40 degrees. And then always in a clean glass. Right on our bottles it even says to pour it into a glass. That way you can get all of the fantastic aromatics that aren't trapped in an overly chilled bottle.
Or over chilled glass.
Yes.
Right. End of the day, you're going to sit down, have a kickback with a pint here. Where are you going to have a seat?
I usually hide out on the packaging line with a pint. However, on those long days, I really enjoy the rooftop. There are certain parts of every spot of Titletown that I really like. In the summer, out on the canopy in the depot is really fantastic to be so close to the river and being outside. The tap room is great on, you know, a Friday evening. The rooftop and the upstairs bar at the depot is still a really great place to sit down and grab some beer and play some pool.
You're going to see a dude beer sometime, a White Russian inspired beer? Or?
You know, we could do something with some lactose in it, and that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. I'll have to bring that up to David. And
there you go. So
see when it's Lebowski Day, and we can maybe brew something up.
There you go. If you see it right here.
Yeah, Dan was the inspiration.
I get credit for that.